Welcome to Business Live. I'm Mark Croskery. In BL tonight, first up, we got Sagicor Select Funds. This is updated net asset value or NAV, by the company. So Sagicor Select Funds updated on the JSE website. That's the Jamaica Stock Exchange website. This is as of October 26, 2020. Doing a little bit better now. So we have the financial funds now at 81 cents and change, 0.814 to be exact. And the select funds, manufacture and distribution, also bouncing up nicely from 77 cents, 78 cents, now 0.792. So both doing a little bit better, indicative of the market improving on the Jamaica Stock Exchange, not by much, but a little bit better. Sagicor Select Funds definitely needs this, not doing as well as expected from the prospectus and from the market, analysts and pundits. So doing better now, definitely needed by them. Now, Radio Jamaica, notice of their annual general meeting. It's going to be a hybrid. This is a company's 72nd AGM. What a huge number. Kudos to them. It's going to be held on October 28th, 2020 at the Jamaica Pegasus. Most interesting point, it's going to be, resolution 14 to allow shareholder limit to be increased to 21%. Now this is huge. It's been at 10% for a long time. Only a few companies, in terms of what we can remember on Business Live or BL, there's Jamaica Producers that had this restriction and Radio Jamaica at 10% each or so. No other companies that we can recall right now. But the big news here is Radio Jamaica has this as a resolution. It goes on to say, with a couple bullet points or a paragraph that it has applied, to the government to get the license, to be approved from 10% to 21%. It believes that this will be received favorably. And if that happens, then, it will go to the shareholders, the board, and so forth. And this, hopefully will get approved and therefore will allow them to raise more capital, because this really is important and critical for them to get, additional share capital into the company. And this has really prevented them in the past from raising capital. So huge news here. We'll see what happens. This could really create a shift, in the top 10 shareholdings of RGR Radio Jamaica, critical company to the national landscape in Jamaica. So we're sure everybody's eyes are watching it to see what happens here, from a media company perspective, and the news in Jamaica, not just from an ordinary share capital and the stock market in Jamaica. Next up, overseas markets. Charles Schwab planning to cut 3% of its workforce. Works out to be 1,000 jobs. Now, you would recall that this follows the acquisition of TD Ameritrade. So the broker Charles Schwab has announced this, and they make it very clear. It's not necessarily just job losses, but it's because, the merger, the deal, the 26 billion US deal that happened, and it's overlapping or redundant roles between the two firms. So it's an October 6 merger. It now forms a company with 6 trillion US of assets. I mean, huge, way bigger than, GDP of some countries and so forth. So, and especially with fintech now, technology, so many persons working from home, investing digitally, great timing. We'll see what this means for the company going forward. But Charles Schwab creating a lot of digital, have companies out there like Robinhood, lots of other companies that don't even, necessarily have offices and so forth. So it's a move by Charles Schwab. Only 3% of workforce, 1,000 jobs, but we could see more coming. It could be the start of something big with them doing this merger, this deal. Now, Dunkin, better known as Dunkin Donuts. The website still says Dunkin Donuts, but the company now goes by Dunkin, confirms sales talks with Inspire Brands. Inspire Brands, better known actually for, Arby's, for Sonic, many other brands, restaurants. The rumor is that the price talk to make, Dunkin private could be around 8.8 billion US to 9 billion US. So huge deal. Now, Dunkin has done some amazing things. Some of their employees now, certified in making espressos, green tea refreshers. The shops have been refreshed and are so, fancy and nice now. So really doing things well. Why would they want to do this? Maybe not have the obligations of being a public company, because the business is doing well. In COVID, Dunkin actually has not suffered as badly as Starbucks, down about 10%, not necessarily 40% in the last quarter. But it would be a huge deal here for Dunkin overall, better known as Dunkin Donuts, but they've, kind of spliced and changed the name and so forth. But could be a huge deal, quick service restaurants, or let's say coffee shops and so forth, doing so well as with COVID-19, persons are gravitating towards comfort foods and so forth with the pandemic. Last up on huge news, Ant Group, the guy Jack Ma, huge, tech giant, tech investor, better known for Alibaba. So Alipay, which is a part of this, or the backbone of Ant Group, going for potentially 34 billion US or more. Huge valuation. It's going to be in Hong Kong and Shanghai. Blockbuster news all over the media today. The legend, could be worth as much as, 7 billion US or more. 11th wealthiest person once this hits the market, and it is successful. Everybody asking about it. Let's see what happens. But more than likely going to be a huge success. Everything that this guy has touched has been successful. I'm Mark Croskery. This is Business Live.